Boom shakalaka, wise advice for days like these, and an interesting turn of events for Bitcoin. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including wise advice for days like these, and an interesting turn of events for Bitcoin. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Push that like button. Now today, fear and greed 47 still dead center for pretty much the past month. The overall market going sideways today. Bitcoin at 25,777, Ethereum at 1751, BNB at 236, XRP 50 cents, Cardano 26 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents, Tron 6 cents, and Solana $15. And the top coins today based on AI would be TomiNet, Adventure Gold, Throne, BitGet token, and Energy Web token. And you can try out Token Metrics for free. Trial down in the description. Now, Bitcoin today still sitting above this $25,000 previous resistance flipped to support, but we have this downtrend since back here in April that Bitcoin is trying to break through unsuccessfully. Now, if you'll notice right here, we do have a cross coming up in the 50 and 100-day moving averages. This might spell bad news in the short term for Bitcoin. We'll kind of have to see. Right now, if it does break through what has been multi-month support, and today roughly around $25,000, could go all the way down to the 200-day moving average, roughly around $23,500. Now, recently, a lot of the price movement was due to liquidations, almost $400 million in liquidations in 24 hours. And what is that? Well, the process of forcibly closing a trader's position in the crypto market because they were not buying spot, they were buying on leverage. So when that happens, causes large fluctuations in the market. Now, when the market tanks like we've seen in the past day, on days like these, it's always helpful to look at the big picture for Bitcoin. We're all early, ignore the noise. If you take a look at these megaphones, sideways megaphones, and the indicators down here on the bottom, well, basically where we are right now, pre-bull run for any of these cycles, and even in this megaphone that we're in right now, not even close to the top of that. So still very early for Bitcoin, also for altcoins. I think the recent crash for altcoins is more of a gift than anything else. If you've been following me for a while, you've known this chart, been sharing it for over a year. Stock RSI has been on an uptrend for a year, and right now touching the bottom line right here. You can see the uptrend right here, touching the bottom line right here. And this is a much larger fractal of a previous pattern, which happened during the massive alt season of 2017-2018. Well, this could be a much larger pattern in play for a giant alt season coming up. When we have events like this, Bitcoin and liquid supply continues to surge, this orange line right here. Each time there's uncertainty due to exchanges, this is a result. Conviction continues to grow with hodlers, but there's an apparent lack of new demand, which is normal after capitulations and deep bear markets. Liquidity from the broader market will play a key role moving forward. This is very, very good to keep in the back of your mind because illiquid supply, meaning there's less and less Bitcoin supply available, which means once there is an uptick in demand, is going to cause price to surge in levels you have not seen. Now, SEC news brought the blood in the market, yet each cycle this kind of thing happens. Nothing new in this wild market. Whales love to dump on the weekends. If you're an investor, zoom out, don't get stuck in the lower time frames. If you're a trader, enjoy the volatility. You can see that where we are in the cycle, still the very early phases of the parabolic all up cycle. Bear market's over, but it takes some time to go up. Following previous patterns, we do once again have a MACD cross coming here, bullish crossover on the 4-week charts, similar to what we saw in these previous cycles. Pretty much nothing new for Bitcoin, but if you do notice after these MACD crosses, look at what happened. Bitcoin broke out from the previous downtrend and went up for some giant moves. As a matter of fact, this falling wedge chart, similar to 2016, 2017, still well maintained above key support. You can see this wedge is right here. We have very similar pattern formation right here. If it were to follow the same thing, could see much higher highs for Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people will say right now looks very similar to 2015, 2016, 2017. And a lot of people call this the left side move a smooth Bitcoin parabola right here. But it did not feel like a smooth Bitcoin parabola if you were checking Twitter and charts every day, because it was the same thing here. Markets crashing, Bitcoin's going to zero. This is never going to happen. Exchanges going bust, SEC, all this different stuff. Well, same thing happens time and time again. You just have to zoom out and remember where you are, because we do have a setup very similar to what we saw back here. And this was one record run for Bitcoin. When times in Bitcoin and altcoins get hard, turn back to the basics. If you want to see the crypto space has to offer in 2025 in the red zone, you have to be here for the hard times. These are what we're going through right now, when Bitcoin is roughly in these fair value areas of the log regression, the green and the blue. You have to basically hodl through these and deal with all the downturns in order to see these red spaces that the price eventually gets to. For the most part, Bitcoin is 3 years of suffering and 1 year of awesomeness. Well, we had 1 year of awesomeness just a couple years ago, so potentially a little bit more suffering to come. And interesting enough to note, Bitcoin has a very nice double bottom here on the Bitcoin dominance. Well, this would suggest that Bitcoin dominance could be going up, maybe absolutely wrecked for altcoins in the short term, or if this does turn into a resistance, maybe headed for an alt season in the near future. So interesting to note. But that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.